The backup, you said he was getting some number one reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. Different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony. But still getting reps in a bunch of periods.
He's working hard and really learning by the day, by the week. He's doing a nice job of, getting the most out of each and every day and feeling more comfortable with the system. I think as quarterbacks, we don't count the plays, we make the plays count. Whatever plays we get, we are thankful for them, and we just make them count, whether they're against the first-string defense or Baldwin Wallace JVs. Every scrap we get as QB.
Browns training camp just turned into a full-blown reality show, and Shedeur Sanders is the headline act. The quarterback coach reportedly blew a fuse after Kevin Stefanski decided Shedeur should observe greatness instead of being it. Now it's pure chaos in Cleveland. Sideline shade, cold stares, and a quarterback civil war brewing under those bright Ohio skies. Did Stefanski really just poke the wrong Sanders? This could be the most explosive meltdown since the Johnny Manziel circus lit up the city. Bill Musgrave, the Browns quarterback coach, didn't just stir the pot. He dumped gasoline on it and tossed in a match. You could practically feel the blast from Lake Erie to the locker room. What looked like a simple coaching comment turned into a full-blown quarterback rebellion dressed up as honest football talk. And the target?
Sanders has been getting sabotaged. We know that already. I pre-warned you guys years in advance, but I guess I'm the one who lost my noggin. But I came out with real receipts about Shedeur not just getting sabotaged, but deliberately being in a situation of dereliction of duty, meaning the coaches. They came down here to get
none other than Kevin Stefanski, the coach who seems to be holding a masterclass in how to politely ignore your most gifted player while pretending everything's fine. It all kicked off when the Browns training camp turned into an episode of The Real Quarterbacks of Cleveland. Stefanski, in his infinite football wisdom, decided Dillon Gabriel should hog all the first-team reps like a kid clutching his favorite toy and refusing to share. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, the most hyped rookie since folks still believe Baker Mayfield was the guy, stood on the sidelines watching the action like an understudy at a Broadway show, waiting for his moment to shine. That's when Bill Musgrave snapped. He didn't just disagree. He unleashed a verbal blitz that had everyone stunned. Musgrave came out swinging, basically declaring that Shedeur could take on any challenge. First team, second team, or even a squad of angry linebackers charging like bulls. He wasn't sugarcoating anything. He made it crystal clear Shedeur isn't just ready, he's overqualified. The man's been grinding like he's prepping for the Super Bowl, while the coaching staff treats him like some summer intern just hoping for a desk upgrade. Musgrave didn't just defend Shedeur's readiness, he exposed the dysfunction right there under the Cleveland sun. Musgrave made it sound like Stefanski was committing a football felony by keeping Shedeur on the sidelines. According to him, Shedeur's progress hasn't just been good, it's been off the charts. Accuracy, poise, arm strength, leadership, swagger, the full quarterback package.
Forced to break his silence and admit all of the quarterbacks is getting QB reps with the scout team. Like I've been telling y'all all week, man, a lot of information is coming out with the Cleveland Brown practice, and it's being said that Shedeur Sanders is not getting these QB scout reps, bruh. And I'm here to tell you, I believe he ain't. Now, quarterback coach Bill Musgrave has forced his hand into the matter because he just spoke to reporters moments ago, pretty much explaining that, you know what, all of the quarterbacks are
everything you could dream of in a franchise quarterback, except his name isn't Dillon Gabriel. Musgrave practically said Shedeur doesn't just take reps, he takes over. You could feel the tension crackling in the air like a live wire. But let's keep it real. This whole mess isn't just about who gets more snaps at practice. It's about ego. It's about politics. It's about a head coach who can't handle being wrong in front of the cameras. Because when your own offensive coordinator starts talking like he's ready to file a legal motion in quarterback court, you know things are about to blow up. The Browns aren't just practicing football right now. They're rehearsing a power struggle, and Musgrave didn't stop at saying Shedeur's ready. Oh no, he went full motivational speaker mode. He started hyping Shedeur like he was the second coming of gridiron greatness, talking about his insane work ethic, his tunnel vision focus, and that cold-blooded composure that doesn't crack under pressure. You could almost see Stefanski sweating through his headset as Musgrave turned a press moment into a sermon about Shedeur Sanders. Football's chosen one. Musgrave painted a wild picture. Shedeur waking up at 4 a.m., studying film before the sun rises, hitting the weights, meditating, and then personally working to break Cleveland's decades-long quarterback curse. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's out there tossing safe little passes like he's playing darts blindfolded. Musgrave's message was loud and clear. You're telling me the guy who trains like a Navy SEAL doesn't get one rep with the first team? That's not just wrong, that's poetic injustice. And Stefanski's defense? Oh, it's priceless. He's out here protecting Gabriel's confidence like it's a museum exhibit labeled "Handle with Care." Meanwhile, Shedur's sitting there, burning daylight, waiting for his shot to prove he's the real deal, and everyone can feel it's only a matter of time before that shot arrives.
Shedeur Sanders is not going to go away no time soon, because it seems like every day, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, there's something new to talk about. But this morning, on Unsportsmanlike, Get Up with Chris Canty has some things to say about Kevin Stefanski, because basically Chris Canty has walked it back and has caught Kevin Stefanski in a red-handed lie, and he exposed him on national television for the lies that he...
Stefanski keeps insisting it's all part of some developmental plan, you know? The kind of plan that somehow only develops one player while the other learns patience and humility by collecting dust on the bench. It's like telling a Ferrari to wait behind a minivan at a green light. Stefanski clearly doesn't want anyone touching his shiny new favorite, Dillon Gabriel, even if that means slowing down the one guy who might actually win games. Because let's be honest, the last thing he wants is for Shedeur to get a real shot and outshine the so-called chosen one. Just imagine the chaos if that happened. Stefanski would actually have to admit the rookie isn't just hype, he's better. And no NFL coach wants to face that kind of career-threatening truth bomb. Musgrave's fiery reaction said it all. He's not here for politics, he's here for performance. He's basically the football version of that one coworker who finally says out loud what everyone's been whispering in the group chat.
Shedeur Sanders is receiving scout team reps. Officially, the offensive quarterback coach of the Cleveland Browns, Musgrave, did a press conference on the other day addressing that situation. It was put out by ESPN Radio, Tony Grossman. Well, I promise you this how it happened. Andrew Berry, the GM of the Cleveland Browns, heard and saw that report, and he went to Kevin Stefanski to tell one of his staff members to go to their press conference and rebuke.
Stefanski's favoritism isn't some mystery. It's been an open secret. Musgrave just decided to shine a stadium spotlight right on it. Now the entire Browns fan base has turned into a team of internet detectives. Everyone's slowing down practice clips like they're analyzing the Zapruder film. Did you see that throw? That spiral? That pocket movement? The fans are connecting dots, building theories, and turning every training session into a mystery breakdown video. Meanwhile, Stefanski's PR team probably needs a 2-week vacation and a stress therapist. The pressure's building, and it's all because one coach finally said what everyone else was too scared to admit. What makes it wild is that Musgrave didn't even have to exaggerate a thing. Shedur's reputation already speaks volumes. The kid's been grinding like a machine, studying, lifting, perfecting his craft, while half the roster's counting down the days to preseason like it's summer break. Shedur's counting completions, routes, and every possible way he can make the coaching staff regret ever doubting him. Stefanski thinks he's teaching patience, but in reality, he's just editing Shedur's future highlight reel. Every delay, every bench moment, every ignored rep is turning into motivation. And when Shedeur finally takes over, it's going to hit like an earthquake. Because those cracks in Stefanski's so-called master plan, they're already spreading fast, and one more spark from Musgrave might just blow the whole thing wide open. The media's catching the scent, and now the whispers are turning into shouts. Analysts are hinting, and fans, they're yelling it from the rooftops. Mary Kay Cabot, one of Cleveland's most respected voices, didn't just weigh in. She dropped a bombshell. After watching Shedur's precision in training camp, she practically anointed him QB1. She praised his laser accuracy, his creative arm angles, and his total command of the pocket. Basically, she noticed everything a head coach should have noticed long before alienating half the city's fan base. Her verdict was cold, clean, and impossible to argue with. Dillon Gabriel might be fine, but Shedeur Sanders, he's different. His passes aren't just accurate, they're surgical. When a rookie can drop dimes under pressure like that, it's not a maybe someday conversation anymore. It's a what are we even waiting for situation. And the real kicker? Cabot flat out said there's no realistic scenario.
Browns quarterback coach Bill Musgrave is trying to put all the rumors to bed and the truth surrounding around Shedeur Sanders and his availability at Cleveland Browns practices. Now, we've got all kinds of reports and all these insiders getting all this information, and they're putting it out there, and we're talking about it. Now, we know longtime Cleveland host of ESPN, Tony Rizzo, has been very boisterous about how they're handling Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland. And Tony Rizzo is digging deep, and Tony Rizzo just wants answers like everybody else.
Where Dillon Gabriel outplays Shedeur Sanders. Not in red zone drills, not in pocket control, not even on his best day with a lucky breeze at his back. That's not shade, that's a professional mic drop. You can practically hear the excuses loading up at Berea HQ. The receivers dropped passes. The timing's off. It's early in camp. Sure, Kevin, keep spinning that story, but even the diehard Dillon defenders are starting to sweat. They're running out of reasons, and fast. Then came Tony Grossi. And subtlety has never been his strong suit. He finally called it what everyone's been thinking, a disappointment. Gabriel was supposed to be the steady hand, the calm presence, the dependable arm that kept the offense in rhythm. Instead, he's missing open targets like he's throwing to invisible teammates. Every off-target pass is another crack in Stefanski's plan. Another reminder that his faith might be completely misplaced. Tony didn't hold back. He said Dillon's rhythm is gone, and his misfires are throwing the whole offensive flow into chaos. When your quarterback can't hit his mark, your offense collapses like a house of cards. And when the offense collapses in Cleveland, the fans don't just groan, they riot. The pressure's building, the media's circling, and it feels like one more bad pass could turn this camp drama into a full-blown quarterback crisis. Now picture Stefanski sitting there, arms crossed, jaw tight, pretending this whole mess is part of some genius 4D chess strategy. In reality, it's more like a bad poker bluff where everyone's already seen his cards. The body language gives it away, but he keeps betting big like he's fooling anyone. Across the room, Musgrave's got that look, the kind that says he's one bad meeting away from flipping the whole table. This isn't just about one training decision anymore. This is about credibility. Musgrave's backing Shedeur like a man who's seen the future and knows exactly how this story ends, with Shedeur proving everyone wrong. Meanwhile, Stefanski's clinging to a choice that's starting to look personal, not professional. Through all the pressure, the headlines, and the locker room politics, Shedeur's still walking in cool, calm, and focused, looking like the only adult in the room. And Musgrave made sure everyone heard it loud and clear. He praised Shedeur's leadership, his unshakable confidence, and his refusal to fake it for the cameras. No rehearsed speeches, no robotic responses, just raw, unfiltered authenticity. And in a league full of media-trained mannequins, that kind of honesty stands out like fireworks in a silent room. Musgrave basically told the world that Shedeur doesn't need to change a single thing. The best kind of leader is the one who shows up as himself, unapologetically. It's wild how refreshing that sounds in today's NFL. While some coaches obsess over molding players into system guys, Musgrave's out here saying, let the man cook.
Years ago when Flacco threw for 2,000 yards when he had a receiver and a tight end who could catch the ball?
No.
So I'll go back.
Coach of the year.
And again, I'm not trying to defend Kevin. I've said all year long, you want to fire him, I'm not going to fight you. Like, there's enough evidence there. You want to fire him, fire him. I just think it runs so much deeper throughout this organization. Firing the head coach is putting a Band-Aid on a head.
That's not going to fix it.
It ain't going to fix anything.
No,
but you want to fire him, fire him.
But not firing is not going to fix it either.
But here's the thing.
No, it's not. But Bull, to Jay's point, like, we're rotten.
And that one line, that one attitude has turned this quarterback debate into an all-out civil war inside the Browns facility. The irony is straight out of a movie script. The Cleveland Browns, a franchise famous for quarterback chaos, finally stumble across a young, gifted quarterback with all the tools to break the curse, and somehow they create more chaos just deciding what to do with him. It's like their destiny. Give them a stable situation, and they'll find a way to light it on fire. Musgrave's defense of Shedeur isn't just emotional, it's strategic. It's a loud public message to Stefanski, and maybe even the front office. If you can't recognize greatness when it's right in front of you, that's on you. And the fans? Oh, they can't get enough, because nothing, absolutely nothing, screams Cleveland football like turning a quarterback miracle into another beautiful disaster. It's the perfect Cleveland cocktail, a little internal drama wrapped up in a full-blown quarterback controversy. Meanwhile, social media is in meltdown mode. Browns fans are split right down the middle like a busted offensive line. Half of them are chanting, "Start Shedeur now," while the other half preaches patience and development. But at this point, it's not even about when Shedeur gets his shot. It's about how long Kevin Stefanski can keep defending the decision to hold him back.
Sanders. And what's going on inside the Browns organization, there are reports that there's chatter, and there's whole situations that smell like team politics, like I've been telling you. And if you are about Shedeur's career and you care about him, then you need to hear this. Now, look, I'm not here to spin conspiracy webs. What I am here to do is to read the tea leaves, the gossip with the tea, as they would like to say. Multiple sources and insiders have been saying the same thing that I've been saying. Shedeur hasn't been treated like the franchise quarterback he could be. Instead, there's been favoritism, mixed message from the staff, and a culture that's been making it harder for the kid.
The patience clock is ticking louder every day, and with each Dylan Gabriel misfire, it sounds more like a countdown to chaos. Stefanski keeps insisting it's all part of some bigger plan. But the optics? Brutal. Fans don't care about long-term development speeches or strategy talk. They care about results. And right now, Shedeur looks like the result just waiting to happen. The Browns finally have a young quarterback with poise, precision, and ice-cold confidence, yet somehow the same system that's supposed to develop him is the one holding him hostage. It's like buying a Ferrari and refusing to drive it because you're scared of adding mileage. It's pure madness. And the funniest part, the more Stefanski resists, the bigger Shedeur's legend grows. Every day he doesn't get first-team reps becomes another chapter in the free Shedeur saga, and the internet is eating it up. Memes, hashtags, and debates are flooding every platform. One side believes in merit, the other in management, and right in the middle stands a rookie who's simply too good to be ignored for much longer. Because let's be real, when your own quarterback coach goes public and challenges your decision-making, that's not just tension, that's a warning shot. That's the football version of a workplace email that starts with, "Per my last message." Musgrave didn't just back his guy, he called out the entire structure surrounding him. He's telling the front office, the staff, and maybe even Stefanski himself that this isn't just a coaching disagreement anymore. It's a credibility crisis. And every missed pass, every awkward press answer, every "it's part of the process" quote is just adding more fuel to the bonfire brewing inside Berea. And just like that, Bill Musgrave might have accidentally ignited the Browns' most fascinating storyline of the entire season. Forget about the win-loss column for a second. The real battle in Cleveland isn't on the field, it's in the coaching room. The question now isn't can they win, Doc, it's can the staff survive their own egos? The tension's so thick you could cut it with a playbook. Stefanski's still putting on that calm, everything's fine face, but everyone can see the cracks forming. Musgrave's doubling down, Shedeur's grinding harder than ever, and the media, they're circling like sharks that just smelled blood in Lake Erie. This isn't a quarterback competition anymore, it's a full-blown identity crisis. Are the Browns a team that rewards raw talent and work ethic, or one that protects comfort, status, and hierarchy? Because right now, it looks like Shedeur's being punished for the crime of being too good too soon. The script practically writes itself. Musgrave's belief in Shedeur isn't just loyalty, it's a statement. It's him saying, the future's already here and it's wearing number 2. Maybe Musgrave's outburst ends up being the spark that finally forces a change. Maybe this whole saga ends with Shedeur stepping up for those first-team reps, proving what everyone except Stefanski already knows deep down, or maybe it all spirals into that kind of locker room soap opera that only the Cleveland Browns could possibly produce. Either way, the story's already too wild to ignore. And here's the question fans can't stop debating. Is Stefanski protecting a plan or protecting his pride? Because with every passing day, something's gotta give. And when it does, one of them's gonna look like a genius and the other's gonna be explaining how it all went up in flames. At this point, Cleveland might as well embrace the chaos. The Browns don't do boring, they do drama. And thanks to Bill Musgrave, that quarterback room just became the hottest show in football. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want to see how this saga unfolds. And I'll see you on the next one.